All right, what's happening, family? L.A.R movement still moving. I got to get out of here, so I got to do something. But this is important. Don't disrespect time. We as Americans have this issue where we always have time, and there's not enough time. I beg to differ. Now, your time may not necessarily equal money all the time, but just don't disrespect time. I talked about relationships where people think they got time to get into relationships, and by the time that they're ready, the time has passed them by. There are people out here who think they have time to be successful, and by the time that they're ready to be successful, time has passed them by because they are so far behind the people who spent time on actually being successful. There are people who take pleasure in wasting other people's time as if they get a kick out of frivolous things. Where when it's time to get serious or to do something that has some kind of value or substance, that they are amateurs to substance because they're so used to wasting time and other people's time that they've basically lost themselves in the mix. I've seen people who are extreme time wasters and actually think they can make that time up and then find themselves so far behind the eight ball that it crushes their spirit. As in, you ever met somebody who says, who wants to buy a home and they want to buy their dream home, but they never actually get a home, and then they get about 45 years old and say, now I'm about to get my dream home. Never not once did they think that if you get your dream home at 45 years old, if you don't have the money up front, you're probably going to be working till you're dead just to be in that dream home instead of being able to retire and enjoy it. And them wanting it so bad, the weight of everything that it comes with crushes them because they never warmed up to that dream. Same way some people dream to be. Like I used to have friends who had dreams to be an athlete or an entertainer. I remember some friends wanted to be doctors and lawyers, and they half-ass went about doing it. Like everybody might not be actually what they dreamt of being. Not saying that it's not possible for everybody to, but it might not work out that way. But there were lots of people who half-ass did it. And then when the window was closing and they began to realize, okay, when they told me I needed to do X, Y, and Z and I went party, you know, because the window was this big then. They had time. They had time. And I'm doing what I want. And then when the window got like this big, they wanted to focus. And they didn't have any of the knowledge that they needed to be successful, and it just closed on them. That's what happens when you waste time. Be careful about being a person who needs to be in the mood. Those are some of the. I mean, for me, I know those are some of the most irritating people to hang out with when things have to be done, but they're not in the mood. Like, if you want to leave your mark in this world after you're gone, you probably won't be in the mood to do the things it takes to leave that mark all the time. So just because the sun didn't shine the way you like it doesn't mean work don't have to be done. Just because someone made you upset that day doesn't mean work has to be done. Just because, you know, everything is not set up perfectly the way you need it doesn't mean things don't have to be done. When you disrespect time like that, you find yourself looking back. And a lot of us, I watched Mike Tyson's Broadway special, and he said, cuz the motto told him, don't ever quit. because the way you fight your fight is the way you live your life, and if you quit, your demons will haunt you to your grave. And I believe a lot of people are self-medicating themselves because they disrespected their time, and that demon of what they did is haunting them into their grave. So if you want to live a peaceful life, I would suggest, that you don't disrespect the time you have. That's why a lot of people who disrespect time have a very, very hard life. And for those people who say who just want to live, this is also for you too. Like you might feel like hang gliding or partying or racing cars real fast or doing something is the idea of what you consider. You don't feel alive until you're doing this, and everybody has that thing or multiple things that makes them feel alive and vibrant. But sometimes that can't be the bulk of your life. You can't live your life to do things to feel alive. You are alive when you're alive. You'll be dead when you're dead. So I understand it, but at the same token, enjoy it all. You know, the good and the bad, because no matter how you slice it, we're only getting one shot. And if you're a spiritual person or believe in God and you believe that there's an afterlife, that's cool. I'm in agreement with you. But remember, this is your opportunity to get where you want to go. Like for all you Christians or spiritual people or even atheists, Christians and spiritual people, this is your life is your audition for heaven or hell. People who are non-spiritual or atheists, your life is the only one you got, so you might as well live it. Whether you like it or not. So I'm out. Y'all take care.